Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. Hello dear students of Al-Manahij schools, grade 12. Our English lesson today is grammar. Unit 4, students book, page 45. We are going to learn about past perfect simple and past perfect progressive. So get ready to start with me at the same time. Okay, the past perfect simple and past perfect progressive would, was, or were going to sounds like a lot, right? But trust me, it is very easy grammar. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna list some events according to the time they happened, and then I'm gonna use these events to tell a story using today's grammar. So the first picture, the first thing that happened, Lisa felt sick. She wanted to call the doctor, but she didn't. After that, her father called the doctor. Then Lisa went to bed and slept. Then Lisa's father prayed for hours. After that, the doctor finally arrived. He came and Lisa opened her eyes while the doctor was examining her and said, "I knew you would come, doctor." Now we use past simple in all these sentences. What we are gonna do next is tell a story using these events and using today's grammar. We will also use past simple and past progressive. Ready? Okay, here we go. Lisa slept last night because she had been feeling very sick. Her father had called the doctor. Before Lisa went to her room, he had been praying for hours when the doctor finally arrived. The doctor was examining Lisa when she opened her eyes and said, "I knew you would come, doctor. I was going to call you myself." Okay? In this story are exactly like these, but we use today's grammar. Now, first things first. Where is past perfect simple here? We only have one sentence. When do we use past perfect simple, and how do we make sentences using past perfect simple in past perfect simple? You need a subject, like her father, like he, she, it, anything like that. My father had a plus a verb in the past participle. He had called the doctor. He had eaten the food. Okay? When do we use this? Why do we need it? When we need it if we have an action which was completed, finished before another action. So we have two actions, one finished before the other. Look from here till here, how many sentences do we have? One sentence, her father had called the doctor before Lisa went to her room. One sentence, how many actions? We have two actions. One, her father had called the doctor. This is one action. Lisa went to her room. This is the second action. Which one happened first? The father called the doctor, or Lisa went to her room. This one happened first. Okay? If you have two actions, one finished before another, both in the past, give the one that finished first the past perfect simple. It is easy. Her father had called the doctor. See? Or before. A specific point of time in the past. He'll like when you say, by the time Lisa opened her eyes, the doctor had already arrived. Two actions. The doctor arrived and Lisa opened her eyes. Which one happened first? The doctor arrived first. So we give that and past participle. This is the doctor had already arrived, and we give Lisa opened her eyes, we give it past simple. because it happened later. By the time is a time expression that means before. By the time Lisa opened her eyes, the doctor. We can also use already, ever, never, just when, after, by, before. With past perfect simple, it is easy now. Do you know how to use past perfect simple? Okay, let's move on to past progressive. We have two sentences in past perfect progressive. We need a subject like he, she, or you. We have a. We need had been, and we give ing to the verb we are using, the action verb. She had been feeling, I had been eating in negative sentences. We say I hadn't been eating in questions. We say had you been eating? When do we use this? We use it to refer to an action whose duration caused results at a later point of time. In the past, let me explain this. Why did Lisa sleep early last night? Why? Because she had been feeling very sick. Well, this Lisa sleeping early is the result of this, right? Because she was very tired, felt very sick, she slept early. This is the result of this. Or emphasize. Emphasize means you show how important the time, the duration, how much time, الفترة, of an action that was in progress, that was happening before another action, or a specific point of time in the past. Look here, he had been praying for hours when the doctor finally arrived. Both actions happen in the past, right? This one started and continued happening. And then this happened while this was in progress. This was still happening. He was still praying when this happened. And the time is important for hours. He had been praying. Do you get it? And here are the time expressions, duration. We use with past perfect progressive. Now let's move on to would. Would, we use would when referring to the past for things that we expected. So we expected something, we use would. That would happen at a later time. Lisa said, I knew you would come. You would come, that means I expected you to come, doctor. If you expect for something to happen, use would. I would, like when you say, I knew France would win the World Cup. Now this happened in the past, but before they won, I expected them to win. So I say, I knew, or I expected France would win the World Cup. Now finally, was, were going to. We use them to talk about actions somebody intended, Noah, wanted to do in the past, but probably didn't. Lisa wanted to call the doctor, but she didn't because she was very tired. So she says, I was going to call you, but I didn't. I was going to buy a new phone, but it was very expensive. So I didn't. And we're finished now. We are ready for practice. Let's go to the practice. The text below with the past simple, past progressive task, perfect simple, past perfect progressive, or word plus base form of the verb in brackets. And this is going to be easy, inshallah. I want from you is to read the sentences carefully, understand what's going on, and then you will be able to see, to choose between all these tenses. Now let's do it together. My classmates, my friends at school, and I have a wonderful winter holiday last year. How many actions? Only one verb. It happened in the past, last year. Specific time. Use past simple. I had as it be our last year at school. We agree earlier on in the year that we all go somewhere together. Now this sentence is a bit long. Now the verb agree happened earlier. It happened first. First thing they did, they agreed. So we use they had agreed. It was our last year, or you can use it would be our last year. Both are correct. We had agreed earlier. Before that, we all go later. We would do this later. So finished school. So this is something expected to happen. Later, after that, we finish school. All go together. We study really hard for the past few years. So everyone want a little adventure in their life. Two verbs. Did we study first, or did we want little adventure? First study happened. First you can use had studied, or because we have the time here for the past few years, the time is important. You can use past perfect progressive. Both are correct. One just give it past simple. The parents of one of my classmates open a travel agency. Travel agency is a place that can help you arrange your holiday. 2 months earlier, it happened. 2 months earlier, before we agreed on going away. So give it past perfect. Had opened. So the answer had opened. And when we asked for their advice now, this action happened after this. They opened a travel agency after that. They recommended an adventure in North America. It sounds really exciting. So we all agreed on that idea. Okay, we have agreed, we have a verb and we have another verb. Sound, it seemed, do we give this past perfect because it happened first? No. Why? Look, if you are using so and or but, you don't use past perfect simple. Past perfect progressive, because this is a linking word that just links two sentences together. Sounded really exciting. So we all agreed. Okay? First we fly to Canada, and okay, use past simple for both because we have and. You can also say Lisa felt sick and she went to bed. That is correct. Lisa felt sick and she went to bed. That is correct. When you use, you can just use past simple. When we arrived, the local people tell us that it's non-stop snow, okay, without stopping for the past week. Which one happened first? They told us first, or it's snowed first? It snowed first. So use past simple here. They told us that it had snowed. Past, for example, no, because it didn't stop. It continued snowing. Give it past perfect, progressive. It continued snowing when we arrived, and it continued for the next week. We are talking about later. This is expected to happen. It would continue for the next week. We spend the first 2 days hiking through Grossmore. There is only one verb here. Use past simple. The area is famous for its amazing geology and is a United Nations World Heritage Site. After that, things keep getting more exciting. One action, past simple. My favorite moment was when we some whales. We saw some whales playing in the ocean while we kayak. Now we have 2 actions. We have see and we have kayak. They both happened at the same time. We saw whales and we were hiking. We have wild here. Give kayak past progressive. Give see past simple. So it becomes so. The whole holiday absolutely fantastic. Thank you for watching and listening to this video. Okay, let's now just assume that you understand, or maybe you didn't understand some points here, so you are welcome to go through the lesson again, or you can post your questions to this lesson at المناهج official channels and groups on our WhatsApp. So again, thank you for watching and listening. That's all I have for you today in our English lesson about grammar, and you are welcome to ask about anything through our official channels and groups on WhatsApp. We all care about you. Thank you very much.